A few months into the marriage, all the bad attitudes she had been ignoring started to show. Emeka was jobless and had lied about having a big farm, which was a harsh truth that Oluchi found out. Though this revelation didn't bother her much because she was very wealthy and didn't see it as a problem. Because she was rich and thought that money could solve any problem, she took out a considerable amount of money from her business and gave it to Emeka to start trading or buying a big farmland. Emeka was thrilled and thanked his wife, but he never used the money for business. Instead, he squandered it on alcohol and messing around with women. When Oluchi found out, it broke her heart. She felt a crushing wave of sadness and regret, and she wished she had never given him such a large amount of money. A few months later, Oluchi got pregnant with her first child. She was so excited that she would finally be a mother. As her pregnancy went on, it became hard for her to manage as a trader and at the same time care for her home. She needed help with her business, so she asked her husband, who was sitting lazily at home, to help her. But he declined. When Oluchi was heavily pregnant, she fell sick. He didn't care for her. He would leave the house for days without coming back. This continued for a while. One day, Oluchi decided to talk to her husband about his behavior because she couldn't take it any longer. But Emeka didn't care that his wife was pregnant and in pain, so he started beating Oluchi until she passed out. He told her, "This is just the beginning." That day, Emeka left his bleeding wife, not caring that her life might be in danger. She was taken to the village midwife by their neighbor, and luckily she didn't lose the baby. She went back home after she fully recovered, but Emeka didn't come home for days or even care to ask about Oluchi or his unborn child. A few weeks later, he came back home, looking very drunk as usual. When Oluchi saw how her husband was acting, she decided not to bother him about getting a job. She continued to manage on her own until she delivered. Oluchi gave birth to her first child, a baby boy. Being a new mother wasn't easy for Oluchi, but she kept going and took care of her home. 2 years later, Oluchi took in again and had her second child, this time a girl. After having her second child, Oluchi's life got very hard. She had more work to do, no one to help her. She needed help from her husband, but Emeka was so lazy. All he did was sleep and eat. One day, Oluchi had enough and started to scold Emeka for not being helpful and not doing his fatherly duties. But he beat her up again. Oluchi has lost count of the beating she has received from her husband. Soon, Oluchi invited her mother to visit, with the hope that it would reduce Emeka's bad behavior. When she came, Emeka acted like a changed man, but he couldn't keep up with the acts. One day, he came up with an idea after so many hours of thinking. The next morning, while everyone was still asleep, Emeka took some of his belongings and left home. He left very early when no one could see him. When Oluchi woke up in the morning, she couldn't find her husband. She looked everywhere in the house. She asked around in the village, but he was nowhere to be seen. Everyone was confused and couldn't figure out why he had disappeared so quickly. As she was thinking about where her husband had gone, she had a quick realization. She ran into her hut to check on the money she had hidden to restock her cocoa business, but it was gone. Oluchi screamed, fell to her knees and started to cry. "Is this the end of my trade? Is this the end for me? Who will I run to? I have gone from eating on the table to eating on the ground." She kept crying while her mother and neighbors tried to comfort her. It then dawned on her that she had married an irresponsible man, and now her business is about to collapse because she didn't have enough money to restock her goods. 3 months later, Emeka came back, got down on his knees and begged Oluchi to take him back. Will Oluchi take him back? Or has she learned her lesson? Find out in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell. Bye.